you start defending the federal government, all you're going to get is round and round in circles. You're going to get Obama, then you're going to get Trump, then you're going to get Roth. All these programs aren't working, and they're not going to work. The federal government shouldn't be involved in health care, just like it shouldn't be involved in education. You know, the Department of Education deal started till 1979, and it's been a big flop. But people still, I don't know what's going to happen with it, but it should be done at the local level.
Well, I got to tell you,
education for most parts are done by the local.
Under Betsy DeVos, education isn't going to go anywhere because she knows absolutely nothing about public education. Her kids have always gone to private schools.
Well, that's why they probably put it there, because the Department of Education, we did fine up to 1979 when they created that department. We do not need that department. And that department has a SWAT team, and then that department actually deploys its SWAT team. We don't need that.
No, education should be on the local level because each community has different needs.
Exactly.
And it's not the same, The whole country's not the same, so you can't have the same education system.
Exactly. Sell off the Department of Education and give it back to the local communities, the money, and they'll spend it more wisely there. That's what the Jeffersonian philosophy was.
And the other thing they should do is get rid of all the
people themselves. Let them put their own health cares in, and don't force us to pay taxes we shouldn't be paying, and don't force us to buy products we shouldn't be buying, or at least have a choice in buying.
Yeah, they should also get rid of all the teacher unions.
Well, you know what? Every state can do it their own way. And teacher unions, if your state has them, and if that works for you, that's fine.
Well, I'll tell you.
That's why we have 50 models of republics. We're a constitutional republic. It guarantees that the states are going to give us republics, and the states informed the federal government in the first place. And the federal government was only supposed to be limiting the structure on what it does. It's got out of hand.
Well, but you see,
health care, it's not going to be answered. If we go to the federal government for health care, it's only getting worse and worse and worse. Just like everything the federal government does that's unconstitutional. They were never supposed to be a part of that. And we need to get the federal government out of health care and out of education. That's a local issue in the state.
Well, I'll tell you, Felix just said get rid of the unions. The bottom line is...
Well, you know why I said that.
Yeah, I know, to get me.
I just said to get rid of them. I just said it's up
No, he did.
Oh, I did because he's a teacher who's in a union all his life.
I've been a union person my whole life, and unions do a lot of good, but they also do a lot of bad. And I'll tell you why. Yeah. Because I've seen unions protect teachers, that are the dregs of society, and I wouldn't waste my breath on them, But, without a union, anybody, not just teachers, but anybody would be at the mercy of the manufacturer, their employer, And you get on the wrong side of your employer, and you have no collective bargaining rights. He wants to fire you or she wants to fire you. That's it. You've had it. You make an enemy, you might as well say goodbye, or you could be a satisfactory teacher, because I only give S or U. They give a D, which is called doubtful, to new teachers, if they think that, they may not make it. But you're either satisfactory or you're a U, unsatisfactory, They don't have merit pay or anything. And you could be a satisfactory teacher but you could be a satisfactory teacher for 20 years. You get a supervisor who doesn't like you and who basically in his own way or her own way sort of harasses you in the classroom, they could give you a U, and you really don't have much of a leg to stand on. You can fight it, but in most cases, they're going to win. And let's face it, you're on a job for 20 years, 25 years. I mean, you're sort of entitled to have a down year every now and then.
Sure.
Okay? I mean, nobody could perform the way they did when they first started 25 years later.
You did.
I did, but, it was a struggle for a while. I mean, I had my problems. I wouldn't say no. It was hard. I worked at it.
I hear what you're saying. I didn't say up against unions. Unions have their purposes. It's just like, but at the same time, so do free markets. They both have their thing. So does cyber schools. So does private schools. So do Catholic schools. They all have their purposes. We need a lot of choices. We need a lot of diversity in this country. We don't need one size fit all. And that's why I worry about the federal government getting.
Well, that's true, because they want everybody to measure up to one standard.
Exactly.
And it's not.
They want them to one standard.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
No.
And that's what I don't like about the federal government involved in education or healthcare. They should not be involved in those two situations.
Well, in private industry, when IBM and Xerox got started, and Facebook and Walmart, okay, for the most part, when they tried to bring unions in, even into Walmart, a lot of the people felt that they were being they felt they were being treated fine, and they voted down unions because there was.
They should have that right.
Excuse me?
Right too.
Yeah.
They should have that right too. They should have the right to vote it down.
And they did. Certain companies. Look at all the big internet companies. They're all non-union, and their employees treat them like gold.
Felix's employee, one of Felix's employees named Matthew, wanted to bring in a union, and Felix gave him a dirty look.
I fired him. He's my son. Get out.
Well, that's Felix got a big company to run, and he's got to run it the way he thinks it's right.
Yeah, one-man union.
Really?
One-man union. Oh, I thought he was talking about 5,000 people.
No.
But, whatever. It's like I had a small business before. I know it's like, now I work for my brother's small business. I know what that's like. It's like, because I moved from north where I had a small business. I just rent that business out now, and it's like I work for my brother's business. Made more money work for my own, but I didn't like the cold that much. My bones were starting to hurt a little bit, so that's why I moved down to Florida.
I don't blame you. For many years when I had my company, when it was larger, I felt every employee should have medical insurance. I always provided medical insurance, good vacation packages, days off.
Yeah.
Because what I said is, I'm going to give them I gave them what I think I would want as an employee. I gave to my employees, and everybody was happy. They weren't the highest paid, but nobody wanted to leave because they were treated well.
And it was easier back in those states to provide medical insurance. Today, it's just, if you look at what, that's why everybody's keeping it under, the 40 hours of work and this and that because of all the rules and regulations in it. And insurance costs are just off the chart. And it's just,
Well, that's because
why I say we're not going to solve this problem, healthcare or education, through the federal government. And they need to get out of both of them and return it back to the states.
Well,
then we have 50 different things to compare. Well, that's what the greatness about the United States is. It's the states first.
Yeah, I agree with you. Government should be much smaller. There's so much waste and duplication.
Oh, it's it hurts to almost think about it. I mean, and then what's worse about even healthcare and education is the war on the people in our own country. The amount of SWAT teams and the amount of federal government and the harassment on the people and the NSA and everything else. Read Battlefield America. It's got a foreword by Ron Paul, Napolitano. It's also, praises the book. And the guy just gets into all the facts that, our government has more people spying, harassing, from the EPA agents to the DEA agents to all the other the agents that are harassing the Coast Guard. Everybody that's harassing us has more people employed against harassing American citizens than we have in the U.S. Army. And they also have 1,300 rounds of ammunition per employee, where the U.S. Army only has 350 rounds of ammunition per Army guy.
Yeah.
And Battlefield America, look at it. That's a great book. That's healthcare and education is mild compared to the battle against our own people.
Yeah. Well, I don't, I think if the government wants to get involved in healthcare, give everybody Medicare, and that's it. Be cheaper for everybody, and let everybody contribute towards it. Otherwise,
and it'll be like a two-tier thing. If you can afford better care, fine. If not, you're on the Medicare. I prefer that the federal government want to be employed. I'd say again, a lot of states. Some states might do the Medicare program. Some states might do a community program where they, like, you hire police officers and you hire.
Yeah, of course. No, I understand. I'm saying
hire your own health department. You have your own health department. You go through your county. You say, what's our health needs here? Let's provide our health needs. We know better than anybody else. This is our local community, and we're going to take care of it.
Yeah.
Just like we take care of education, just like we take care of police, just like we take care of firemen. That's my, vision on it.
Well, it's not going to happen.
Come to fruition, but that's how it used to be, and I like to see a return that way.
It's not going to happen in the next couple of days or years. Not so fast. It'll take a while.
No, it ain't. Believe me. In fact, I think I predicted by 2020 we'd be in WW3, and let's see, who's in control of the nuclear buttons today? Kim Jong-un, Putin, Netanyahu, Trump. You add it up, it's not looking very good.
Don't forget about Pakistan. They have nuclear weapons.
And Pakistan, and you can go on and on, but it's not looking very good, man. And Iran wants them, and my prediction is by 2020, it might happen.
Hey, listen, if there is a nuclear war in 2020,
which one of those characters you trust most? Would you want to put it in? Would you want to put all the weapons in Kim Jong-un's hands?
All I'm going to tell you, my feeling is if there is a nuclear war in 2020, there'll be no 2021.
It's going to be a change of history and a change of civilization if it happens.
Yeah, most people are going to die, if not all. The whole Earth will be contaminated, and that's the end of it.
I don't think, I think there will be survivors. We'll probably end up like Mad Max. Mad Max was ahead of its time in a way, But,
depending. Listen, if any bombs hit the United States,
mankind can survive a lot, and has survived a lot. So if we think that we're going to get a utopian society, we're missing. There's no such thing as utopia.
It's called heaven.
Well, that's or the second coming of Jesus. That's a possibility. And as a Christian, you got to believe that. Because as far as man, we're falling.